No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. Can somebody save me, I'm losing every battle.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Brand Momentum Morning Show. I am your host, Faith James, and today we dig into more of the basic fears, the 6 basic fears. Today we're going to be talking about the fear of ill health. So good morning, all who are in the studio. Let me see who is here. Good morning, beautiful Deb in the studio with us as always. So good to see you, my love. Good morning, sunshine. Hello, Khadija. I love saying your name. Thank you for being with us in the studio always. Thank you, my love. I appreciate that. Good morning, beautiful Melody Dixon, always by the campfire. So much love to you, my love. And remember, as I always ask you, if you are feeling so inclined to share, to tag, the more people that we can help get into momentum in their life, the more people that we can help get into momentum in their business, the better the world will be. It's a total ripple effect, complete ripple effect. Good morning, beautiful Brenda. And of course, Brenda from the ATL does what she does, shared. Thank you, my love. Good morning, beautiful Vivian. How are you, sunshine? Oh my gosh, this is good. So many beautiful people in the studio. So basic fears, 6 basic fears. We talked yesterday about the fear of criticism, and I just ordered this book, and I'm thinking we're going to do this for April. And it's about what people think of you as none of your business, by Terry. I forget Terry's last name, but I think I'm going to get that book, and that'll be our April reading. So, but today we get to dig into the fear of ill health. The fear of ill health. Good morning, Marion. How are you, beautiful? So good to see you as always. Yay, Vivian loves that topic, so we're going to do that. So let's read. The fear of ill health. We are constantly being bombarded with issues about health and the latest remedies. You probably have dear friends and or family members dealing with severe health issues. But have you taken the time to think about your own health? Are you taking care of the most precious asset you have, your mind and body? Many women tend to put everyone and everything else before themselves. I know that I have sacrificed my own health many times because I put priority on things I needed to get done instead of getting the proper exercise and rest. Who can relate? Who can relate? Oh, good morning, beautiful Candace So great to have you in the studio. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Brand Momentum Morning Show. Marion, okay, we're reading from Think and Grow Rich for Women by Sharon Lechter. We're in chapter 14, the 6 basic fears, and we're on to the fear of ill health. Exactly. I mean, listen, this has my name all over it, all over it. So I have had to schedule a follow-up with my to get an MRI for my lower back, to follow up with my OBGYN. So I just recently had my mammogram done. So ladies, if you haven't done that, please do that. And I had, what else? Oh, I did the blood work. So full blood draw testing for everything from, your iron levels, your hormone levels. What else? They even checked for like Hep C. So it was like a full panel screen. Show of hands by virtual hand in the comment. Have you, for 2021, if you're due, because maybe if you had yours done in December, you don't, this won't apply to you. But are you, who here is a year out, year and beyond, from having their wellness examinations done? Thank you, my love. Appreciate you, Melody. Yes. It's especially true for moms. But it's true, right? It's true for all of us. Because if you're the CEO of you, your company doesn't run without you, your clients. So that's particularly for me. I'm not a naturalized mom, or if you want to call it that, right? I have my beautiful boys by marriage. If I'm not well, if I can't do what I do, there is no other person in the back office that can be like, oh, we're going to jump in. You see, if I have to take care of something that takes me out of the studio, the show doesn't happen. So definitely, okay. See, I love the transparency, ladies. Melody saying she puts her kids and her family before her own health. So Khadija is more than a year since you've done a wellness, right? Pamela, good morning, beautiful Pamela. Love the transparency. Pamela is saying also she's more than a year out. Melody says hers is due in May. Good morning, beautiful Arvis. I see you over on YouTube being awesome. I love you. I love it. Okay, Vivian sharing. She went yesterday. She had not gone forever, was embarrassed at her answers to the doctor when he asked me, when was the last time you did this or checked this out? And it was years out. But listen, no time like the present. So we shake off any embarrassment. We shake off any guilt. We celebrate, Vivian, we celebrate you that you took the step and you got it done. So yay you. So Khadija, my stretch for you, my love, Khadijah's in leadership with me, so she knows what I mean when I say her stretch. My stretch for you, if you are aligned, I would like to enroll you in the idea of getting your calendar and seeing when you can schedule your wellness examination. And if you are aligned, just let me know if you are. Okay, Marion saying she's well, absolutely. This is such a true statement. You can't help anybody if you're falling down, you can't pour from an empty cup. So let's get these done. Good morning, beautiful Renee. Renee saying she had hers done this year. Wonderful. Arvis goes annually. We love that. Khadija is saying, yes, she accepted my stretch and she will set her appointments. Wonderful. This is how we talk in leadership. I'm so excited for those of you who are already in, like Melody, and for those of you who I'm going to have conversations with. And let me just share, there is no affiliate program. When you hear me talking about leadership so much, there is no affiliate program. I get no monies for doing this. It is because it has become such the most important thing I've ever done in my life. It has become for me such an opening into my full potential and possibility. It's become such an opening for me that even when people might think, oh, Faith was like doing it and doing it well, that I was playing small, and has opened me up to the fullness of my potential and my possibility. So when I talk to you about leadership, please hear me loud and clear. This is not an affiliate program. It is love from my heart to yours, that when I tell you my MO, my modus operandi, is if I find something that is good and is working, I never keep it for myself. I am sharing all. You know how many compliments I get on these glasses? I could have been like, oh no, I want to be special. I want to be the only one coming on here with rotating different color. Ask me where it's from. I send you the link. Peepers. Because you get to be fly and fab too. So Jarvis, I see you. I'm going to put you on my list because I have a list of beautiful ladies I get to talk to about leadership. Where is hardcore leadership. Arvis is now on the list. Wonderful way to step up for yourself in your life. Yes. Okay. So Candace, you had yours done. It's so important. And I am so guilty up until this point. That's another leadership thing. Up until this point, I've been so guilty of back burner. My clients come before me. I will work till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning on a client project, then take the time to clear my schedule to go have an annual exam, to go have so we just stand in the truth of knowing that that's where we were up until this point. But now we understand that we get to be fully committed to ourselves. Thank you, my love. I appreciate that. Yes, Pamela, I have you on the list. Wonderful. We will have that conversation about leadership. Good morning, beautiful Brenda, all the way from LA. What's good in Cali? So basically we can all relate, but let today be the awakening for you that this is no longer acceptable. See it in the idea of, if you had a young child, a toddler, a baby, whomever, and they were crying and they were hungry and they needed, whether it was food, supplementation, whatever. And you're just like, you know what? I gotta get some things done. I don't have time for that right now. It's not on my schedule. How about next week? How about I feed you next week? You would never say that to your child. So I want you to raise up your level of importance in your own life. I want you to raise up your level of prioritization of you to first in line. First in line. Yeah, we get to take care of ourselves. We get to be healthy. We get to be whole. Because women run the world, ladies. Let's act like we know that. And if we're not well, and if we're not gathered up, and if we're not together, nothing's going right behind us. So we get to be completely aligned to, I am important. My health is important. My business doesn't run if I'm not healthy. Your clients, your customers don't get the full expression of you when you're fatigued, you're tired, you're not getting enough sleep. You're showing up just kind of barely there, mailing it in, not really being fully present. It has a big impact. So who can relate? We just went through that. Eventually, we see the negative physical results of ignoring our own health, and we start to worry about our health problems, right? So we don't do anything about our health. We don't do anything about prioritization, but then now here we go, steady worrying, like, ooh, it's what we do. Our minds are also very powerful receivers. From the last several years of economic uncertainty to all the media talk about health issues and our need to provide for our latter years of certain bad health, we have been and continue to be bombarded with negative messages that can trigger our fears and impact us negatively in many physical ways. Every form of negative thinking may cause ill health. Disease in the body starts with dis-ease in the mind. When you're stressed out, let me tell you, stress, the number one producer of the hormone called cortisol, that brings belly fat around your mid area. Stress releases cortisol. Cortisol loves to gather all the fat. It's the direct correlation. Stress, heart issues, right? Stress, mental issues. So we get to gather up our mind. And let me invite you, as a way of doing that, is by starting off your day with a morning routine, starting off your day with quiet time for meditation, starting off your day with gratitude. If there was a magic pill for life, you're like, oh my God, what is it? The one thing everybody's looking for, like that silver bullet. The secret is gratitude. Be grateful. I shared this with you guys before. This journal is my gratitude journal. So I get up at 6 a.m. My alarm sets for 6. Check me out trying to stretch, because in leadership, we get to stretch all the time. So I set my stretch for 5:30. Well, I snoozed, truth be told. But I'm getting into 100% intention that I get to get up at 5:30, because the mornings are so precious. The mornings are so powerful when it's just you. There's no pinging, dinging, nothing. And you get to have quiet, solace time. So this is my gratitude journal. And do you see there, it's dated. So I've been in this journal since 2019. And you see at the top, gratitude. This is not a notebook. I'm not taking notes on calls, or just gratitude. And the way that I use this is I focus on what happened the day before. So it just doesn't become like I'm grateful for health, I'm grateful for, right? That's all good. But when you can get present to your life, if you think about like, what did I do yesterday? What happened yesterday? Like, can you get back to being present to where you were in your life yesterday? And if you have challenges doing that, that means you're just sort of drifting through your life. You're not really present to the moment because you were multitasking, doing 50 million different things at the same time, and you can't remember. So when I do the gratitude journaling, I try to be very specific to a handful of things that literally happened yesterday. So gratitude. So happy and grateful for a great conversation with so-and-so yesterday. I'm so grateful for my team. I'm so grateful for my presentation yesterday to the Career Thought Leaders Symposium. Be the specifics, but gratitude overall. So the alleviation of stress comes when you get intentional about starting your day off right. And I can't even tell you, like last night, I literally said to Jim, I said, honey, because he was coming in the bedroom. I'm like, it was 10 o'clock because I was right. I'm in my full intention. I want to get up, and getting up at 5:30. So by 10 o'clock, I was heading into bed. Normally I'm a recovering night owl. So 12 o'clock, we're just getting going on the second wind. Midnight, we're just like, ooh, you want to watch something on Netflix? So 10 o'clock, I'm shutting down for bed. And he was coming and he like wanted to watch news. I was like, news? We're woo-sawing down into sleep right now. I said to him, what do you want to do? Do you want to watch it out in the living room? Because listen, we have a television in every room. So TV is not the problem. You want to lay down, you want to be comfortable? I can go in the meditation room and sleep there. He looked at me like I was just like I was crazy, because I'm trying to I am standing in my truth. I get to go to sleep at 10 because I get to stretch to wake up at 5:30. he also gets to enjoy his night routine and be comfortable watching his hockey or watching whatever. We have solutions. So there's always a solution. So he ended up just watching his program and news and bit in the living room, and I put on my there's this new book on Audible that I got. It's like a self-hypnosis, and it's talking about how to get into like your abundance, etc. And I just listened to that and drifted off to sleep. So it's that important that you start your day off right, because I want to go to bed in a stress-free zone. I don't want to hear about any news. I want to hear nothing. It's like I catch that throughout the day. And so now I'm being intentional that my nighttime gets to be a quiet woosah into beautiful sleep, and then wake up with the intention of starting off in my meditation practice, my gratitude practice, and then being ready for the day. So let me see what the good people are saying. So Brenda says, run from stress. She said, I did. I love it. Had to come across country to find peace. Do you see what I'm telling you about being intentional? Just like I was like, nope, there will be no news, lovingly. There will be no news sending me off to sleep, because I'm in my stretch. I'm stretching to do 5:30. Because don't forget now, people, I'm coming all the way from 8:30 a.m., the night owl that I was. So I'm already stretching into 6. Now I'm stretching into 5:30 a.m. rise and shine. So Brenda's saying she literally went across country. Brenda lives in Palm Beach. She's in LA. Peace, quiet, solace, meditation, yoga. She's a queen of sculpt yoga, doing her own work on herself to quiet her mind. Because listen, this is what I'm going to be talking about today at noon on Brand Therapy Thursday, which, by the way, is the last episode of Brand Therapy Thursday. So if you've never experienced a brand therapy, now is your chance. It'll be on the same streaming on these same channels where you are right now. You can catch me at noon. But we get to set up for second quarter, right? We get to put things in place. I'm going to be going through a couple of things, getting you ready for, okay, right, now we get to reset. We're about to enter Q2. And that's what Brenda's doing. She's got, commercials she's getting ready to do. She's got media stuff that so she gets to woosah and be stress-free as she is planning out her second quarter. So if you need to go across the country, absolutely, we do what is required. Amen. Good morning, beautiful Jacqueline. How are you, gorgeous? Yes. Cannons, my love, if I can invite you to remove the need and say, I get to start journaling. I get to do this thing because it's good for me. The need, and again, this is more leadership thing that I'm giving you. It's heavy. Oh, I should start, or I need to. It's like, it's dragging on you when you're like, oh my God, I get to do this thing. The energy is already uplifting. Exactly. The drift. We have to stand firm against the drift. So funny that you said drifting, because drifting is one of the things we talk about in leadership as well. Listen, we get to be fully transparent, because that's the only way that we get transformed, or we impact transformation. I have to demonstrate and show to you that you're not alone in any of these things, that we're all humans together. Superpower women we are, but we're all humans together, and we have to just tell it like it is. So yeah, you get to do what you need to do, but most importantly, thank you, my love. Most importantly, how we start off, right? How we start off in gratitude, the gratitude and the expectation. So this helps to minimize any stress that wants to come on you. And my morning routine, my hubby makes my smoothie for me every morning. So I do that. Brenda sets me up with my Arbonne, Mind Focus, and my pre-probiotics. If you're not doing a pre and a probiotic every single day, I want you to connect with Brenda Swanson. This was years ago when I lived in Port St. Lucie, but I went to a gut specialist in Stewart. And this was her recommendation to me. She said, every person, you don't even have to be feeling ill. Every person gets to take a probiotic. Your gut, your second brain, if this bit here isn't right, and manifests itself all over your being. So we get to take care of our minds, we get to take care of our gut, we get to take care of our body. This is how we move out of the fear of ill health. So think about, what are you doing right now? You know, Deb has a wonderful, Deb, where are you? CBD. If CBD is a modality that you've been interested, that you're thinking about, you're like, I want to try. Listen, I say nothing beats a try but a failure. So you try something and you're like, I did it and please don't just say you did it for 2 weeks and it didn't work, because, right, we need a little bit more time than that. The supplementation needs a little bit more time than that. But be an investigation, be an exploration, try some things to see what you can be doing to really steady and anchor this beautiful temple of yours that God himself has given you and that Holy Spirit lives in. Right? This is where Holy Spirit lives. And if you had a guest that was coming over, pretty sure you would change the bed sheets. You would vacuum, you would dust. You might go a little bit extra and get some flowers. You might get some candles. You might get a few reading books for, nighttime relaxation reading. You would set your guests up. True or true? You wouldn't have a guest come over and you say, oh, just climb over the boxes. The bed is over there somewhere. Climb over the boxes and put your stuff where we can find some room. And there you go. Right? We take good care of our house guests. We take pride, in fact, in taking care of our house guests. We want them to feel like they've had a magical experience, that they were maybe in a little bread and breakfast when they visited our homes. So if we're going to do that for someone who's maybe going to stay, less than a week? Holy Spirit lives here 24/7. And we muck it up and we junk it up and we just don't take care of it. And then we wonder why. So let today be the awakening for you on that. So some of the symptoms of the fear of ill health. So autosuggestion, looking for, expecting to find the symptoms of all kinds of disease and trying home remedies. That if you're just always looking for something wrong, that shows you that you have that fear, right? It's always on you worry. Remember in scripture, Paul says, the thing I feared the most has come upon me. If you're like, oh my gosh, there's this bump. What does this mean? Oh my God, let me see. This could be. And you're studying WebMD, panicking, freaking out, like, oh my gosh, this looks like so-and-so. Oh, wait, no, wait, it could be so-and-so. And you're just there cooking up, fixing up your own little home remedies. Listen, shout out to all of the grandmothers from Jamaica who have a soursop juice drink, boiled as tea. Oh my, the busy tea. What in the world is busy? Melody, what is busy tea? Because listen, that's something that I know we are good for. Oh, mix this, mix that. But being seriously though, if you're just obsessed, you're on WebMD, you're like, oh, this could be this. That shows that that's the manifestation of a fear. You have a deep fear of ill health. Here we come now with the hypochondria. The habit of talking illness, concentrating the mind upon disease, and expecting its appearance, negative thinking. Now you just every day you're talking about is this pain here, this, that, and you're just expecting and looking at that shows you have a deep fear of ill health. Melody says busy tea is a detoxification tea. Hashtag everything. Right? Everything. You have a pain, drink some busy. You feel tired, drink some busy tea. Lack of exercise. Oh my gosh. Interferes with proper physical exercise, results in being overweight. So if you're not moving, and listen, I'm not saying you're going to be Ironman completion, but I'm just saying, can we stretch into 15 minutes of a walk every day? Could we stretch into my stretch that I'm on now is a minute 30 plank and 100 crunches the right way, elbows out, shoulders off the ground. Thank you, Brenda Swanson. 100 of those, and then like a minute and a half of stretching because, I am challenged with like lower back issues. I'm sure lots of time because I sit at my computer for so long. And so I get to incorporate more standing, more stretching, more chair yoga into my life. But if it's interfering with you just being able to do this or reach, that's really showing you how that's manifesting. Susceptibility breaks down nature's body resistance and creates a favorable condition for any form of disease. So then you're just more susceptible. If something's going around, it's almost a guarantee you're going to be the one that comes down with it because the immune system is just low, low, low. Self-coddling seeks sympathy using imaginary illness as the lure. Do you know those people who want to just waste your time and talk about everything that's potentially happening under the sun? They have a fear of ill health. So they're looking for sympathy for you to join that party and go, oh my gosh, yeah, I know my so-and-so. What do we talk about? We're on our 7-day mental health diet. So ain't nobody got time for that. We're not internalizing any of that. Go see a doctor. Get the truth, get the knowing, get the understanding, get on your probiotics, start moving your body every single day. Take care of your mind. And let's not ruminate down here in sickness and ill health. Temperance, using alcohol or drugs to treat pains instead of eliminating the cause. So the battle against fear of ill health is won by taking care of ourselves. That's it. The battle can be won. The battle will be won. The battle can be won. The battle will be won. Just we get to take care of ourselves. And it doesn't have to be a challenge. You heard me say to you, I'm doing a minute and 30 of planking because normally I'm in sculpt yoga with Brenda 3 days a week. But because I'm in my leadership and I'm on my VSP and I've got 50 million stretches and things I need to do, my schedule has been like jam-packed with group meeting and team meetings, right? So, but I don't rest in that excuse. I set myself up for a stretch that says, even though I don't get to do my hour sculpt yoga Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I still get to move my body lovingly and do a minute 30 and 100 crunches and stretches and keep it moving. And on the weekends, as I'm able, I'll go for a walk. On the weekends, as I'm able, my husband and I, we play tennis. But we still get to do something. This is the 20,000 mile march. Every day doesn't have to be a marathon. And it doesn't have to be, oh, well, because I can't run the marathon means I do nothing. No, you can walk for 15 minutes. You can walk for 5 minutes. You can do jumping jacks. You can do stretch. There's so many things to do. Jacqueline does like on her Facebook Live every day, pretty much. She's doing some kind of challenge, whether it's like the ab or the stretch or the mix, or I love her a little bit of everything challenge. So listen, the Google and especially the YouTube froth with body movement information, exercise. We're not at a loss. It's not like we don't know where to go. What could I be doing to move? That question has been answered and answered, asked and answered, asked and answered. The information is there. We just get to get aligned to the intention of, is this the year for you that you take back your power and get in control when it comes to your health? That's where we are. So the battle against the fear of ill health is won by taking care of ourselves. A woman who is active, healthy, and in tune with her body will feel confident in knowing she is being proactive in creating a life of sustained well-being. Let me just pause on this for a minute. I wasn't even going to do this, but you know me. So let me find something that I want to share with you. Because this is so important that we grab a hold of this, that you don't become a woulda, coulda, shoulda in your life, that you know you're surrounded right now by people, places, opportunities for you to get into good health. And like I always say, when I find something that works, I don't keep it for myself. I'm looking for something. So just give me a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. Who wants to hear about leadership that hasn't commented leadership yet? Please do that now while I look for this. Okay. So let me share my screen. So this, for those of you who don't know her, is the fabulous Brenda Swanson. Brenda Swanson is a sculpt yoga master. She's a former model, actress, and the like. That's all interesting. I'm not talking about that. What I want you to see, and I want this to get bigger, is Brenda is 58 years old. And every time I talk to her, I say to her, because she's also one of my platinum clients, I say to her, I said, my love, your body is your display window. Like you go to Barney's and they have these gorgeous like display windows at the holiday season as they change over from the season. I said, your body, 58 years old. She takes care. This is not by accident, or as we say in Jamaica, this is not a buck up. It's intentional. She takes care of her body from the inside and out. Inside and out. So I'm showing this to you to show you what is possibility and what is potential. So that's Brenda, who's my yoga instructor, who is 58 years old. See, this is what I'm telling you. This is Jacqueline. Jacqueline, listen, Jacqueline's here on her Facebook Live public page. And there she is in her backyard working out the people. Let me see if I can show you. So this is her name if you don't know who Jacqueline is. I'm showing this to show you guys. We have people in the community, in the tribe who, Jacqueline, you know what I'm looking for, right? There. Okay. This is Jacqueline. Jacqueline, how old were you here at this point? So Jacqueline's in a bikini contest competing against women. Okay, almost 57 at this point, competing against women in their 20s. Okay, 55. Okay, she was 55 at that point. Now she's almost 57. So know that there are people in my community that I am telling you are great, that are living the intention of not being, oh, I'm fearful of my health, I'm going to be old and gray. No, Brenda and Jacqueline are showing you how it can be done. I'm reading this book by Joe Dispenza, and it's talking about sort of like something about no, it's not the supernatural one. It's and I'm getting that book list together, guys, so don't worry. I got you guys covered. It's called Evolve Your Brain, the science of Evolve Your Brain. This is basically the cover of the book. He says, so it tells the story of Dr. Joe Dispenza. He, chiropractor, he was doing like a weekend kind of triathlon, Ironman type thing, running, biking, cycling, all that kind of stuff, swimming. And as he was on the bike portion, a car slammed into him and threw him. I mean, he broke everything that could be broken. And they wanted to have him do this kind of surgery where he'd be in a body cast for 6 months, etc. I won't spoil too much of the story for you, but suffice it to say, he didn't end up having that surgery, and he healed himself by doing certain other things. And obviously he's a chiropractor, so he knows body mechanics. But what he said in the book was because he had been practiced in yoga. He had taught yoga. He had been doing, yoga at a studio. So what is that? Why is that important? His body is flexible. So because he was a yogi and practiced yoga, he attributes that to being the reason why he was able to take this other route and not have the surgery. Because when you do yoga, you increase flexibility. When you increase flexibility, your body overall is in a much better state. It has the resiliency to be able to bounce back. He credits yoga with basically saving his life because he was, on death's door. Death's door. So yeah, so I want you to look at Brenda. I want you to look at Jacqueline. I want you to see these beautiful women in their 50s, now 57 and 58, just thriving in body, mind, spirit, health, that this can be you as well. Good morning, beautiful Brenda. Yes, absolutely. And that's why I wanted to just stop and throw this up. I wasn't planning on doing this, but because we're talking about the fear of ill health. So sometimes people think, oh, well, I'm past my prime. I can't get into anything like that. No, ma'am. I just showed you Brenda, and I just showed you Jacqueline. All right. So it's all possible. All right. So she goes on and she then interviews, as part of the book, they have a section called Sisterhood Mastermind. So then she goes and she interviews, famous women, politics, actresses, etc. So hear from some of these women on wisdom from women of success and significance on fear of ill health. So they're talking still about this topic. Naomi Judd, who's an American country music singer-songwriter, says, your body hears everything your mind says. And that's so true. And I always say, be careful about what you say. Your cells of your body are listening. So negative talk, negative thoughts, we're all connected. We're one body. We're one being. So when your mouth forms words and you say them, then your ears hears, processes, your brain gets a thought, then your brain controls your body and it does what it does with the information it just heard. So this is why the 7-day mental diet is so important for all of us to really push forth. And though it be difficult, and yes, it is challenging, and I haven't started. I thought about starting, and I think I shared this with you because I knew I was doing this 2-hour talk yesterday, and I just wanted to just have freedom to express. I didn't start, but I've been thinking about different moments of when something happened, like the news, and how would I have maneuvered through that? Because Jim loves to listen to the news. Me, I just take as much as I need. I don't necessarily, especially now since doing leadership, I'm not sitting there consuming, 2 hours of news, of which is predominantly bad news, right? Dorothy Parker, American poet, short story writer, and critic. Money cannot buy health, but I'd settle for a diamond-studded wheelchair. That's fun. Karen Calabrese, if you don't take care of this, the most magnificent machine that you will ever be given, where are you going to live? Right? Your body is your home. Your body is your castle. So we get to take care of it like we know that is the truth. So, Arvis, I'm so glad to hear that. Absolutely. If you want to get into the yoga, it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's, it's in Brenda's virtual yoga studio. Do that. I've always wanted to start a yoga practice for such a long time. And again, it's sort of like you're getting ready to think about getting ready to start to maybe think about how you're going to start, as opposed to just starting. Yoda, the great Yoda, says, you do or you don't do. There is no try. So I want to invite you, I want to encourage you today on this topic of getting out of the fear of ill health, is to get into action, in proactive action, and doing something about it, as opposed to sitting in the corner and being fearful and worrying to get back your power, get back in control, and say, I may not be able to yet do a 5K. I'm not going to be able to yet do the power color run, whatever those bits are, but I can do 5 minutes of power walking in my neighborhood. I can start there. Remember, hear my voice. Bloom where you are planted. Never despise small beginnings. That's scriptural. If you're like, you know what, I can do 1 minute, then we're going to celebrate that 1 minute. It doesn't have to be, oh, well, look at so-and-so. She just ran her 15th marathon. We celebrate her. We're going to stay in our lane. And I'm just going to be right here doing my minute 30 plank, because this is where I am right now. Everybody's in a different season of their life. Everybody's in a different stress, but everybody gets to be in forward momentum regardless of what place you're starting from. So you could be 2 steps ahead of me, but even though you're 2 steps ahead of me, as long as we together are doing this, we're making forward progress in our own zone, all is good. Yeah, I love Yoda. And how about little baby Yoda too? Right? It's like, I've spoken. Yeah, we do or we don't do. There is no try. So we do put a focus on our health, or we don't. I don't put a focus on my health. I'm going to really try to put more focus on my health, because that's the excuse. We give ourselves that excuse so we can get through the escape hatch. Be like Yoda. You do or you don't do. I care about my health. I don't care about my health. I'm going to be more flexible. I don't want to be more flexible. I want to release 10 pounds of cortisol-ridden fat. I don't want to release 10 pounds of cortisol-ridden fat. That's it. So then we get to come from behind the curtain. We get to stand in the spotlight of our truth. And if your truth is right now, flaming hot Cheetos and bonbons are doing it for me, and it's doing it for me well, and I don't care to drink a morning smoothie, that's okay. You get to stand in your truth. But what you don't get to do is hide behind I'm really going to try. Because guess what? As I just told you, the YouTube is overrun with exercise, nutritional, this, that. I told you Deb has her CBD line. Go ask her a question. Get an inquiry but don't just stay in one place and say, yeah, I'm really going to try. I'm really going to try to, take better care of my. Remember what I say, universal law is about more life. More life is forward expansion. The trees, the bush, the blades of grass. That's universal law. Full expression, more life. The blade of grass doesn't get to 1 inch and stop. Unless you put a mower to it, it's going to do this, what it's created to do. So when we don't take care of our health, we have decided, okay, this is good enough. But guess what? There's no such thing. So we're making up our own laws, because you don't just get to come here and stay. There's no stay. We're energy. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. You're either in full expansion this way, or you're in retraction going down into death this way. There is no in between. So think about that. And as you think, so when you hear me say that, don't think, oh, well, I got to be running the marathon every day. No, that's not what I'm saying. But that you're making forward progress every day. You're in action every single day. Listen to what I tell you that I do. 1 minute and 30 plank. That's not getting any records in the Guinness Book of Records, but I'm in momentum, right? Every morning, minute 30, 100 crunches, stretches. Every morning, minute 30 plank, right? And I actually went up from a minute. So now I'm at 1 minute 30. Pretty soon you'll hear me say I'm stretching into 2 minutes. So let's, we were not, I'm sure that's what Jacqueline means. We were not designed to live a mediocre life at all. Absolutely. Yes, Raquel, good morning, beautiful. Thanks for joining us. We get to celebrate. Raquel, I'm going to invite you to reframe that. Not have to, because have to is work and trudgery and we get to, like, this is a big deal. Like, we get to celebrate the small victories. And you know why the get to is so powerful? Because there are people in the world who don't have arms and legs. There are people in the world who are running right now from persecution of their life, who don't have the ability yet to be wondering, should I do plank today or should I do yoga? They're just trying to live. So we get to, glory to God, with gratitude, we get to celebrate these small victories because we have the means and the ability and the people and the resources and the connection blessed to have these things in our lives. Right? Oh, should I do HIIT training today or should I do yoga? We get to celebrate that choice. There are people literally dying, trying to make it to this country. Sustaining on substandard food, on a boat, let me reframe, on an inner tube type vessel. Lord knows what's in the water. Just trying to make it, just trying to have a little something extra. And we sit here in this beautiful, great nation, and we get to celebrate that. It is a gift. It is a glorious thing that we get to do. So that is my strong invitation. And yes, and of course, and you build it little by little. I'm telling you, when I have my before pictures too. Soon they will be revealed. But when I started doing Sculpt, I had never heard of it really before. I mean, of course, I heard of yoga. And there was this one move that Brenda has that it's called the Dancer's Bridge. I like to use the other name of it. It's called the Wild Thing. And I looked at her doing that thing and I was like, what in the LL Cool J is going on here? What is that? How did she even get into that position? but I was determined. I was in full 100% intention. I said, I may not yet, up until this point, yet be able to do the crow, but I am in my full intention. I am going to master this wild thing dancer's bridge pose. And Brenda can tell you, there have been plenty of days I show up in the yoga class, like literally I'm almost in tears with like frustration of myself, like, come on, pull it together. Why can't you figure out how to put the left and then flip your dog? And it's easy. And every time just being in intention, like I'm like Yoda, I do or I don't do, and I choose to do. Going and going, going, honey, not only do I do dancer's bridge, wild thing with no problem. Now the other one that she taught us to flip your dog, boom. We're still working on the crow. But that's my energy. That's my intention around it. It's definitely all possible. You are so welcome, Raquel. Absolutely. I'm so grateful that you're here to hear this. Hello, Stelita, my other leadership buddy. What's good in the hood? Yeah, we are. Yes, no, and I know I will get there with the crow. There's no question, right? It's just a matter of when. It's not a matter of if. And when you set your mind to be like the Yoda, do or don't do, and I choose to do, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So with our 3 remaining minutes, anybody started on the 7-day mental diet yesterday? Or where are you in terms of thinking about when you would start? First of all, I would encourage everyone to read the book once. So even if you haven't started, I would encourage you to read the book. Let me pull it up here again for those of you who are new. 7-day mental diet. Okay. This is our bonus reading. Seven-day mental diet. How to change your life in a week. Emmett Fox, Dr. Emmett Fox. And this is about throwing out negativity, only focusing on positive. The idea is not that you won't ever get a negative thought. It's that you don't dwell. The dwelling is what he's after. That you could be at the job and, you know, somebody's making negative comments and you choose to just exit yourself from that situation if you can. You're not sitting down and like brewing the tea and keying with them about it and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, girl. And then you're like, what's going to happen next week when so-and-so, and you're just in it to win it in this negative stew. He says, if you can shift, and he tells us it's going to be challenging. It is going to be challenging. There is no question on that. But we get to do it. And if you're listening to the news and there's negative, as long as you're not internalizing it, as long as you're not doing what we just read about, now you're looking for the symptoms. Now you're calling up 5 other people. Oh my gosh, you know, what's going to happen? And now you're projecting stuff into the future. Now you're making decisions for your life based on your fear of what you heard. Oh, now they're going to do X, Y, and Z. We get to woo-saw that out. You can hear, remember what I told you from scripture? Jesus overhearing, but ignoring. Jesus overhearing, but ignoring. So how can we overhear and just ignore? We're not going to let it in. That's what we're doing. So, okay, Raquel, you caught the name of the book though, right? The 7-Day Mental Diet. It's by Emmett, E-M-M-E-T, Fox. Yeah, that's great. That's what I recommend for everyone. Get the book, if you have it on Audible, if you have the physical copy, let's all decide we're going to read. get the sort of ground rules, get the trainings, and then we start. Oh, Marian, thank you. I appreciate that. Because this is what we do. This is the mission of the show. We inspire, we motivate into action. We inspire into action. So thank you, honey. I received that. Yes, Vivian, you were here. Yes, exit stage left. You got it. Okay, Raquel's got it. All right, loves. So that's it. So if you are new to the show, you're new to me, you don't know anything about the Brand Accelerator program, I want you to comment below Accelerator. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to get in the program, have me as your coach for life, meaning as long as I breathe and as long as you breathe, you're in the Accelerator program. We do monthly challenges to keep you in momentum. We do monthly Q&A where I show up. There's no other person. I show up and coach you through challenges that you're having in your business. We do Monday morning goal shout outs, keep you accountable. It's the best thing going. It's a one-time $97 pay. This program is valued well over $10,000. Anybody who's an accelerator will tell you that. I'm not even making it up. But it's on AppSumo. I gave AppSumo 10,000 codes as a promo. And I decided, well, why should their people get the good deal and my people are paying, not as good of a deal, if you want to put it that way. So I just decided I'm going to expand this to everybody. So everybody on the planet who is so desirous of support, accountability, you know that you need an opportunity to really show up for your business, for your brand, then this is what you need in your life, and you get to be a part of the accelerator. This does not exist anyplace else. I'm so certain of this. I'm so confident in this. I love it. Deb was like, get in. Absolutely. So if you're new, you're like, I don't know what this thing is. It sounds good. I want to know more. Just comment, just type the word accelerator in your comment, wherever you are, whether you are on the Facebook personal page or the business page. This will only the automation only works on Facebook. But if you still type it, let's say you're on Arvis, let's say you're on YouTube, and I see that, I'll have the team send you the link. This is such a gift to yourself that I want you to be resourceful and source your $97. If the funds are a challenge for you, I want you to be intentional, be like Yoda, do or don't do. But we don't get to be in the middle, wishy-washy, circling, because I want you to see what's happening. So Brand Therapy Thursday today's the last episode. You know why? Because Brand Therapy Thursday is now going to be folded into a new program. So I told everyone, because of leadership and all the work that I'm doing, I'm making significant changes to the way I run the company. And so Brand Therapy Thursday lives, but Brand Therapy Thursday lives inside of a new program that is not going to be a free public broadcast program, right? It requires application and enrollment. Brand Momentum will continue for now in this format. So I want everybody to get in while the getting is good. Get while the getting is good. So highly, highly, highly suggest you comment accelerator and get in ASAP. All right. So I am going to run over to the Women Helping Women Facebook group. I get to do a live for them. So I will do that. And then I will be back on my channels here at noon for the final episode. We're going to have so much fun of Brand Therapy Thursday. And I hope to see so many of you there. And if you're in Women Helping Women, come on over and join my chat. It'll be at 11:15. All right. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.
No one ever sees me. I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me. I'm losing every battle. you.